been keeping up with the chaos between DJ, Akademiks, and Mano, buckle up because the beef has spiraled into one of the wildest internet meltdowns we've seen in a minute. It all kicked off when Akademiks reacted to the new New York City hip-hop podcast, Let's Rap About It. The one hosted by Mano, Jim Jones, Fabulous, and Dave East. And let's just say he didn't hold back. Ak called out a story Mano once talked about a certain runaway slave role play fantasy with a white woman. And then joked that he didn't expect that from someone who calls himself a big eggplant dictatorship. He gave their podcast props, sure, but he also called them 10-year citizens and basically said they act like grumpy old heads. Well, Mano was not having that. He fired back instantly, calling Ak corny, talking about his shape, his hygiene, and even bringing up things XX allegedly said. He also reminded Ak that the fashion trends his generation loves were actually created by his era. Then it escalated. Akademiks claimed the whole group was stepping into his lane, doing the type of commentary he made legendary, implying that their music careers must not be hitting if they're copying him. And that's when Mano went nuclear, hopping on live, accusing Akademiks of being inappropriate with a 15-year-old and pushing a certain agenda on a minor who said he wasn't even into men. Ak responded by clowning Mano for renting in his car for free, claiming he pushed Mano's buttons and is now living rent-free in his head. And just when you thought it couldn't get any messier, it did. Mona from the Joe Budden podcast jumped in saying she heard Akademiks allegedly has a small eggplant, something his ex supposedly exposed. And she said it with her whole chest because she's the type who always asks women how was it after they mess with a guy. Normally, Ak leaves Mona alone, but here's where things get insane. Flakko, Ak's loyal mini-me, slid right into the battlefield to defend his mentor, including defending the size of Ak's manhood. Yup, the internet has been on fire debating whether Flakko went too far riding for Akademiks. So today, we're breaking down whether this is loyalty, delusion, or just pure entertainment. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let's get into it.
But the first person, obviously, you guys know by now is Mano, right? Akademiks did an entire expose on Mano last night where Akademiks went through some old confessions that Mano made that made Mano look really crazy. And then obviously Mano responded back to Ak trying to expose him last night.
The big dictator.
Yes.
Did you like that?
Huh?
No, what was the role play? Yeah.
The role play.
What was the role?
This feels like it's gonna be so wrong.
It's so wrong. I'm gonna tell you right now. I've never talked about this.
Gosh.
You should talk about it.
I like to be like a runaway slave.
Okay, no. Mano, what? Oh my God.
I like to play like a runaway slave.
Okay.
I like to play like a disobedient slave with a white woman.
So tell me like what you said.
The big dictator. Whole time I'm calling you Mano, I should call you Tony. Whole time I'm calling you Mano, your name should be Mano Kente. Kunta Mano. Kunta Kente. Whatever. Whatever one you want. Mano, you see it up, right?
Say. Yes, Mesa. I was sorry.
It's two of them. Like it's like me getting whooped, right?
Mano, you the big dictator fantasize about getting whooped.
DJ Akademiks, you talking again? You let your pride and Hennessy get you to the point to gas you up to say things that don't even make no sense on the internet? You again? You on the internet talking about your lane? Let me ask you something about your lane. Was it your lane when that lady said that you forced herself on her? Huh? Is that your lane? Huh? Sexual assault, is that your lane? All word, because that's what you accused for, right? Ain't that the shit that you paid out for? But I'm gonna give you one even better than that. Was it your lane when you was on the internet having that conversation with that 15-year-old boy and you talking about going up in him and putting things in him and giving him sex talk and talking about having sex with him? Is that your lane? That's not the lane that I'm in. That's not the lane that I'm a part of. You ain't nothing but a sexually deviant elf, boy. What's wrong with you?
Call WAC 100, man. Tell WAC 100 you need a war chest open, man. You need to find some information on Mano, bro. WAC probably already has the paperwork. Call WAC 100 because Mano right now is going for a juggler. And I think the reason why this is a shame, too, to even watch how far it's gotten, is because this started off with Akademiks shouting out their podcast and saying he thinks they're really dope and people should go ahead and check out their podcast. He made a little joke about like how they're dressed. Mano just took it too far. that led to Ak doing what he did last night. That led to this. But right now, it's gotten to a point where they're both, right now, both of their intention is to destroy the other person. This is not stopping. Ak took a break today. We didn't see Ak on live stream. Ak ain't put out a tweet all day. Ak right now is digging up that paperwork, man. Ak trying to find out snitch accusations, man, to put on Mato. I'm telling y'all, bro. And to think the genesis and beginning of this was Akademiks shouting out their podcast called Whack. Ak, I'm telling you, bro, Whack gonna get this off by today.
You an alcoholic that's a pervert that's built like Papa Smurf. Come on, you could have left this alone. You said something first, I said something back. We could have left it at that. But you talking again, knowing that we got recordings of you having sex talk with a 15-year-old. He told you he was 15 years old and he wasn't gay, but you still try to push your agenda on him. Leave this alone, man. You got too many things going on. You understand what I'm saying? The only thing on the internet that belongs to you is your titties and that bottle of Hennessy. You sit on that chair with your thighs rubbing, you're sweating. The girls say you stink. Come on, man. Stop playing. Come on. Look. You ain't winning nothing.
Ain't no attacking Akademiks was expected, because obviously we expected a Mano response. But you know who I didn't expect to be attacking Akademiks today? I didn't expect Mona from the Joe Budden podcast. Right? Because they're both from the East Coast. I think Ak has said some nice things. Ak has said some very nice things about Mona in the past. So I didn't expect for Mona to be anti-Akademiks. But when the Joe Budden podcast was discussing this, she went hard on Ak. Even I started asking, bro, what's the beef?
And it was long too, but I think my favorite part by far was when he compared their Mano basically said in so many words that he knows the whores, he knows the hoes, he's in the streets, and the hoes call Ak chicken nugget. I would like to also say I've heard the same. He said that he is a big dominator. He said something like that.
Dictator.
And, he's a big dictator. And don't talk to him like that. You can't even stand with him.
How does that come back to you? Somebody's like news about their shit being chicken nugget.
With me, because I told this to Joey. I'm the type of person, if my friends say they f somebody, the first thing I say is like, how's the f that was it? You know what I mean? So right there. And not to mention, if you f somebody like Akademiks, as big as his mouth is, you're going to say something about that being a little because it's funny. You know what I mean? Especially his build. He already built like a baby mom. So it's like built like baby mom with his little ass. It's funny as shit.
I'm playing with Ak, bro. Y'all know where they getting this small meat accusation from? I'm gonna tell you guys right now, bro. Right? Akademiks' ex-girlfriend, when they were beefing, like she took a picture of Ak, I guess like sleep, in his gaming chair. Probably just got done cracking her cheeks on soft. She took a picture and sent it out to the entire industry. That's where they get in a small meat accusation from. But I seen the real deal. Ak don't got a small meat. Pause. Like this. Bro, I don't gotta say pause, bro. Y'all know my body, bro. All right, we straight hetero, bro. Hetero gang. You feel me? Like we not on that. Y'all know me, bro. Not a flexible bone in my body. But I seen the real thing. Like I seen the real deal. Ak don't got a small meat at all. That's just propaganda. That's propaganda. I believe they're coming together and colluding to put the small meat accusations on Ak. Straight up, it's propaganda, bro. Right? It's collusion going on. And if I'm Ak, bro, I'm drop, bro. Man, listen, bro. If I'm Ak, I'm dropping the vid, bro. Drop the vid, Ak. Shut, Ak. Drop the vid. I saw Ak. Shut them up, bro. Nah, man. Listen, bro. You're better than me, bro. Y'all got one time to put small meat accusations on me, bro. I'm dropping the video, man. Straight up. All right. Again, I can vouch. I seen the real deal. Ak don't got a small meat at all. Straight up. All right. Bro packing, Jamaican, Yardman. Real, feel me like real Yardman things, man. Man, come on, bro. Again, I can vouch. I seen the real deal. Ak don't got a small meat at all. Straight up. Come on, man. Y'all think a bottom line Jamaican like, man, cut it out, bro. Cut it out, man.
Yes, I'm not a big fan of him. I hope that's not nobody's cousin. I said that with love.
I mean, him and I had one of the biggest shows ever. That's all.
I said y'all a little show.
We ain't gonna talk about it.
You made it. You made the show.
Like Mona, man, but that's just hate, man. To say that Akademiks didn't contribute to everyday struggle success, that's just hatred, man.
We all had a hand in it. Oh, you don't fuck with that?
I'm just, I just don't.
Did you not gather that from the last
Listen,
2 minutes?
do y'all really want to know? Do y'all really want to know for real? When I found out the history of him, like how he started, I was just like, what the f people let that fly? Like the reporting on Chicago and stuff like that. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of people that are like not in the streets at all, doing all street content. I just don't get that. Like, you know what I mean? I just feel like you have to be at least adjacent to it to be able to report on it. You know what I mean? In my personal opinion. I don't want to hear from a square that wouldn't even walk through these blocks they discuss every day. I don't. That's my personal opinion.
Fox News report on North Korea all the time. Should a Fox News anchor go to North Korea to see how bad it is? CNN report on Palestine all the time. Should they go to Palestine and see how bad it is? All right. Should a Fox News anchor go to Ukraine in the middle of the war zone so they can come back and report how bad it is? Or, right, through proper research, you could gather enough information to report on it, right? Skip Bayless ain't never played professional basketball or professional football. Can Skip Bayless not talk about sports? Now, even that, if you want to debate it, cool. But is that enough reason for you to say you don't like him or for you to hate him this much to where you go this hard against him? I don't know, man.
Okay.
Well, a lot of times what I see is people report on the streets, and then it's always this little twang of like disgust almost. Like, you know, they're stupid, or it was like you don't understand enough to even have that opinion.
You don't need to dig too far to figure out how disgusting and stupid gang members and street dudes are. That's pretty surface level information.
I don't know enough about the comment level. See,
You know?
no.
And the reason why I don't,
I'm talking about or like I'm talking about in terms of the academics part of it. I just don't know. I don't know his backstory. So
Good boy, Mark. Mark done learned his lesson because Mark was on Twitter calling out Akademiks for his origin. Akademiks got on that behind, and Mark said Akademiks made sense. Mark knows exactly what she's talking about. But Mark is going to leave her on that island alone.
I don't know enough about
From
it.
what I heard, he was reporting on Chicago stuff, and
he
renamed them.
He started a series called The War on Chirac, and where he was basically almost on some investigative journalism type shit, breaking down what was going on in their streets. It was a YouTube series, and it took off, and it's what propelled him to, you know, where he's at.
See,
my thing with this is,
I don't know if you got to be in the streets to do that.
I don't think you have to be in the streets to do
Yeah,
that.
I'm okay with that.
But for a lot of people saying, like, I hear a lot, people say I don't want to hear non-street people talk about street shit. But these same street people are making songs and putting them out there for public consumption.
Right.
So if I hear something like, so I can't speak on any topic that a musician puts out if I don't live it.
No, I wasn't talking about music. I'm talking about the streets.
But I'm saying, this is, a lot of these people were putting this in music. Yeah, they're actively putting details of street shit in music and putting it out there for people to listen to. These people have gained millions of fans from chronicling their street shit in music. So for someone to now pick up the breadcrumbs, put the pieces together from that y'all are saying in your music, like, it ain't just Chicago. I can name a couple other cities that's been doing the same thing where I don't know none of you, but I know what happened. I know who did what with this and that because y'all put it in your music and put it out.
You know, yeah.
I know more than I should know as a person
For
who's
sure,
not
you know
involved
more
in
than
it.
you should, yeah.
I know way more than I should know for a person that's not involved in it at all.
Right.
And where did that information come from? From them.
Right.
Putting
From
it
the
out.
artist.
So now, does that make you wrong for taking the information or the music that y'all put out and talking about it?
Well, it's levels, and we talking about a person that built a career off of it.
But at that time, he's just reporting. We speaking on it now because of where it took him. At that time, he was just, hey, this is what's happening. This is what I heard. This is what this was saying. This is what this one is saying. And I'm connecting the dots. That's it. If he don't, my thing is, if academics don't take that and blow up to become something else, nobody cares. They only care because he kept going and branched off and built something major out of it.
And you know what else that goes with? It goes with point I made weeks ago with the internet. Everybody wants to be a journalist. It's a way you report on things, right? So you telling a report about somebody's child that was murdered, and you might be saying it in a jovial way. When a reporter's trained that you say it in a certain way, you pray to the family or whatever. Because one thing's for certain, two things for sure: the person reporting on it is not the doer, the doee, or the cousin.
So yeah, but that's a different conversation. They shouldn't report at all, and they should be more respectful in reporting. Are two different conversations. Mona's initial point was they shouldn't report at all. I think Mona kind of thought that everybody on the couch would have been against academics and pro her stance. And once she kind of looked around and Mark was like, hey, I don't know what you're talking about. Mark would have been the one 9 times out of 10 would have taken her side and rolled against Ak. But ever since Ak eviscerated like Mark Lamont Hill don't want to smoke with Ak, so he's been quiet, right? So once Mona realized that not everybody was on her side against Ak, she kind of took a softer stance because I don't think there was a person on that couch that agreed with it, right? I think even Parks says, man, if they put it out there, they should be able to report on it. ICE, obviously stepped in. Yeah, I don't know what Mona exact beef with Ak is. Like, I understand Ak did war in Chicago, but that's like what? 6 years ago at this point, maybe 7, 8, right? Like, Mona has made mistakes in her career. I've made mistakes in my career. Now, would I consider war in Chirac a mistake? I wouldn't, to be honest. All right, I wouldn't. But Ak has expressed, that he regrets doing certain things with war in Chirac, and that's for him to express. But I don't understand why Mona, who's also a part of media, I think Mona is a good person. She's an objectively good person. I don't think Mona is a mean-spirited bad person. I just, why I hate this man is because, like, I think if Mona would have had this conversation with Ak, they would have been on the same. I think Ak would have Mona on his show. I think Ak would go to Mona podcast, right? So the fact that, I don't know, man. like, I don't know, man. Like, the fact that Mona took this stance, to me, just kind of erases the possibility that Ak ever rocks with her or they ever have a conversation, which I think a conversation between Mona and Ak would be dope, but...
Now, what Flakko said about Akademik's eggplant and vouching for it because he saw something different, that is very questionable, and I wouldn't even have came out my mouth and said anything if I was a heterosexual male. I would even go as far as to say that Akademiks most likely doesn't want Flakko speaking on his behalf ever again. Like, if you're Jamaican or you know a Jamaican, y'all know that they don't play that gay stuff. They have to be one of the most homophobic cultures that you may ever come across. They don't care about disrespecting gay people because they are very well built different. Like, they don't play that. They don't want to be in the same sentence as a gay man. Like, they don't do it. Then they may not attack a gay man, but they don't play that. So the fact that you're a Jamaican and you have a man talking about the size of your eggplant, I think this very well won't sit well with Akademiks. Now, either Akademiks is going to speak on this and tell him, like, nah, sit this one out, bro. I don't want another man's talking about my eggplant. Or he just not going to bring it up because it's very well an uncomfortable situation to address. Because Flakko came to defend him, but he's so much on Akademiks' meat that he doesn't mind addressing his meat literally. And we also have to remember that Flakko comes from a different background. And if I'm not mistaken, he's African. And maybe, where he's from, they don't mind talking about eggplant sizes. But in America, especially in the African American community, that is not okay. I'm pretty sure Akademiks would rather have one of his exes come forward and vouch for his penis size and not another man. And while Flakko made some great points about rappers putting in their music about how they busting shots and doing this and in and out of jail, and that how some people think that journalists shouldn't be able to report on it, is absolutely dumb. And I do agree with him, like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, newscasters report on stuff that they never have been to, experienced, or anything, and we don't question it. And even to add to it even more, don't we all go to doctors and we get diagnosed with high blood pressure, diabetes, high cholesterol? Do y'all think all these doctors have went through any of this, but we still sit right there and take that prescription and listen to whatever they say because of what they studied? But I'm here to honestly say that we really don't care about you being right. We still stuck on that eggplant Captain Save-A-Hole situation. In no way, shape, or form would I be okay with my significant other vouching for his boy on the phone about his eggplant size. I would be uncomfortable and most likely questioning their relationship. I think this went too far, and I'm surprised he even uploaded it and thought that it was okay to even put this out. I don't know, guys. What are y'all thoughts? Do y'all think that it's okay for a heterosexual man to vouch for another man's penis size? Is this going to be the modern day representation of masculinity? Like, are men going to be touching bases with other men and discussing their eggplant sizes or other men eggplant sizes and telling women that we just don't understand because we're women? Y'all be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next one.